Working together, not only in these meetings, but throughout. We've had constant communications in our quest for peace and security. Holland is a natural partner. It's a small country. It's got a tremendous history, facing very powerful forces. Spanish Empire at one time, a great commercial and economic enterprising people that has been the hub of expertise and initiative and entrepreneurship. And I think that in many ways there's a parallel here in the natural affinity. We have looked at a lot of the things that you have done, your transportation hubs, your economic policies. We've learned a lot from that, copied quite a few things. And we think that the ability to cooperate together in the fields of technology is key. The future belongs to those who innovate. This is the only way that we can justify the higher cost of our products and our services and raise the living standards of our people. We have a capacity to innovate. You have a capacity to innovate. And if we work together, I think that capacity can be very powerful, both in direct cooperation and also in things that we can do in third countries and better the lot of a lot of peoples, for example, in Africa and other places. I think that Dutch-Israeli cooperation can be productive, not only for ourselves, but also for the peoples that we serve. So these are some of the things that we're going to discuss. We also had the opportunity to discuss how Dutch companies and the Dutch government could assist our effort to advance the peace with the Palestinians. That's primarily by advancing prosperity, that it doesn't substitute for the political peace, but buttresses it and helps give people hope and prevents them from sliding to, I would say, to radical, I was going to give them a compliment, medieval ideologies, but I think they're pre-medieval in some cases. This is what we want to do. We want to embrace the future in this effort that we're now conducting for prosperity, security, and peace. I was, last time I was in Holland, I visited the ancient Portuguese synagogue in Amsterdam. It's one of the great synagogues of the world. And it's a reflection, I think, of the role that Holland, really the Free State of Holland, played in our history, being a point of refuge for Portuguese Jews. We know that they found there not merely a spiritual and physical haven, but a people that is fundamentally, I would say, sympathetic to Jewish values. I know that the Dutch language contains a lot of words. So the one word that I'll tell you that I know has come from Spinoza and the greats who occupied Holland, it's mazel. We need a lot of good mazel. And with our cooperation, I think we'll get it. Mazel tov, exactly.
Thank you so much. Thank you. My good friend Bibi, thank you again for this very warm welcome. As you know, we have a tremendous friendship between Israel and the Netherlands. I didn't come here alone. I came with two of my cabinet colleagues and over 60 companies accompanying me, from the water sector, from ICT, from energy, from agri-food, because we want to do business. The Netherlands is open for business. At the same time, we discussed in our meeting, we just had issues on the Palestinian-Israeli conflict and how we can help to solve that. Obviously, we discussed the question of the Iranian developments.
How could we not?
How could we not? And we both agreed, I think, that economic prosperity and growth is of paramount importance to fight the extremist forces and to get things going. We as Netherlands are fully aware of the security concerns of Israel. We will always be. We are good friends. And in that spirit, and the spirit of innovation, where we work hand in hand, I really want to thank you for this very special visit. And I'm looking forward to the dinner we will have later and discussions here at this table, which will be concerned with all the economic developments.
Thank you, Mark. Welcome. Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll now do two questions, one from each side. We invite our guests from Holland to ask the first question. Mr. Bernard Hammelberg from BNR.
Mr. Prime Minister.
Which one?
You, sir. Do you really embrace the idea of the Dutch setting up a two-track way of achieving peace, namely by doing the exact same thing here as well as in the Palestinian area? And I'm asking the question because we had the idea that there were some irritants in the last few days. There was an issue with the container terminal, container site in Gaza that was not open, even though our Prime Minister was planning to go there. Our Foreign Minister was not allowed to walk the streets of Hebron without the IDF, even though that was arranged in advance. And lastly, we are here with a group of journalists and only allowed to ask one question. So
Well, you have now asked all the questions, so.
the question to you simply, sir, is are you somewhat irritated with us?
Really? No. I wish all my dealings with foreign leaders and foreign governments were akin to what I have with Mark and your delegation and your government. Look, I have a record. My record has been to facilitate economic development of the Palestinian areas as far as possible. People wrongly call it the economic peace. I never said that this would substitute for political peace. I just repeated that. It doesn't, but it facilitates it. And during my my second term in office, the Palestinian economy and the Palestinian Authority grew by about 10%. It's slackened. It's now at least half that, perhaps less than that. And we have a goal, which is a common goal with the Palestinians, to raise that level. And the only way you raise that level is doing things that I did, and I have to be clear about it. We removed hundreds of roadblocks, checkpoints, hundreds, facilitated movement of goods and services, and this has been indispensable for the growth of the Palestinian economy in the Palestinian Authority. Now in Gaza, when we left unilaterally, we left it, gave it up, what happened was that it was taken over essentially by Iran's proxies, Hamas, and now Islamic Jihad, and they have used that place to basically start a war economy, rockets, missiles, and so on. Nevertheless, we opened up the passages and enabled them to import the needs that they have. I think it's very important for us to make sure that what comes out of Gaza is not used for war material. For example, we just discovered a tunnel. The tunnel had 700 tons of concrete. 700 tons of concrete into one tunnel. We think there are at least another 15, 20 tunnels like this. So we allow them to bring concrete, and then they use it for tunnels that are used for kidnapping or attacks against us. So obviously we're not interested in that. For this purpose, we welcome the bringing in of scanners to make sure that at least we control the material that goes in and out of Gaza. But our concern is security. It is not to prevent prosperity. It's to enable prosperity without undertaking impossible security challenges. What the Dutch scanner, I think, is an important contribution to that. It's already there. It can facilitate right now the screening of goods that go out to the European markets. We want to make sure that goods that go from there, from Gaza, do not contain weapons or explosives that can reach the Palestinian Authority areas. That would undermine not merely us, it would undermine the Palestinian Authority. There are Salafist cells, the Hamas cells that we're dealing with in the Palestinian Authority area, and we have been able to, in cooperation with the Palestinian security forces, to keep them at bay. I don't want to give an open channel to Hamas and Islamic Jihad and al-Nusra into the Palestinian Authority. That is not a good idea. So let's take it stage by stage. The scanner is good, it's important for security, it'll be important also for prosperity, and we'll take it one step at a time together.
And the issue of Hebron, sir?
Of the visit? I wasn't aware of it. Believe me, these are not political directives. I do not give, you'd be amazed at this, but I do not know how
You don't know all the details.
we safeguard foreign dignitaries on visits. We have security details. They do what is necessary.
Sorry, I think I'll have to cut you off.
Minister Timmerman is a welcome guest.
Sorry, I'm sorry, Bernard. Enough. Thank you.
I'm very glad that Prime Minister Rutte and your government ministers are here. We welcome the opportunity for you to visit any place you wish.
Israeli question to Israel Radio.
I will ask in Hebrew if it's okay.
I'll translate.
אוקיי, אתה לא התייחסת בנאומך לנושא ההעשרה, האם יש לכך משמעות בנאום שדיברת בפורום סבן? בנושא פוליטי שאני רוצה לשאול אותך, אומר היום שר בכיר בממשלה, יאיר לפיד, שאם לא תהיה התקדמות בתהליך המדיני, הדבר יסכן את קיומה של הממשלה.
I'll translate very quickly.
Yeah, go ahead.
The first question was, why in the speech you gave earlier today did you not mention the issue of enrichment? Is this a sign that you are changing your position? And the second question was a political question about Minister Lapid in the government who said if there's not progress on the political front in the negotiations with the Palestinians, he's in his...
So I'll answer it in Hebrew and then I'll answer it. I'll translate it.
For the others.
אני התייחסתי ועוד איך להעשרה. ההעשרה מתבצעת על ידי צנטריפוגות, וחזרתי ואמרתי היום, שבהסדר קבע מול איראן אסור שתהיה צנטריפוגות כלשהן. אם אין צנטריפוגות כלשהן, אין העשרה. יותר על כן, אני גם ציינתי שצריך לטפל גם במרכיבים אחרים, גם בכור של הפלוטוניום, גם במערכת הנשק, שאיננה מטופלת בהסכם ז'נבה, גם בשאלת הטילים, וכמובן גם במדיניות הכוללת של איראן, שממשיכה לקרוא להשמדת ישראל ומפיצת טרור בכל המזרח התיכון ומעבר לו. לכן המדיניות היא מאוד קבועה, מאוד ברורה. כל מי שיקשיב למילים יראה שלא היה בה שום שינוי. באשר לקואליציה, אנחנו מנסים לקדם תהליך של שלום וביטחון. אני חושב שכל מי ששותף לממשלה יודע את זה, וכל אחד יכול לקבל את החלטותיו לפי שיקולם. אנחנו מקדמים מדיניות של שלום וביטחון, בידיעה ברורה שאנחנו עושים דבר נכון ודבר אחראי לביטחונם של אזרחי ישראל. אנחנו לא נסטה מזה, לא תחת לחץ כזה ולא תחת לחץ אחר. Do you want to... The first part, at least, I'll translate it in English. I called today for the dismantling of all centrifuges. All centrifuges means that there's no enrichment, because enrichment is done, as you know, only with centrifuges. And therefore, we think that that should be part and parcel of a comprehensive deal. That is, no centrifuges for enrichment, no weaponization, no plutonium route, and of course also no ballistic missiles, which are used only to carry nuclear weapons. That and a change of Iranian policy, which still calls for annihilation, still finances terror and subversion throughout the Middle East and beyond. I think these are the components of a total deal that should be addressed, but they include, in the first instance, no enrichment. You're not interested in our local politics.
Thank you all very much.